And so the first person that's joining us here live is Anna Mauloni. So please welcome Anna up to the hot seat. So Anna, great that you could be with us and share your insights as to what's happened using the strategies that we teach. So first of all, I guess, tell us, where were you at when you first came across what we do in the Savvy team, and what was going on for you? What health-wise and issues were you grappling with?
Well, initially, when I was first introduced to the Savvy team, I thought I was relatively healthy. I always had a keen interest in what was good for me. So I knew, I was at that stage, I was trying to eliminate all the plastics and go BPA free at the time, because that was the latest fad and trend. I was really fed up with investing, which is investing all my money, which I did do. I invested quite a lot of money in trying to do the right thing, and then finding out later that was the wrong thing. And then the latest new research came out.
Right.
But at the time I thought I was relatively healthy.
So were there any particular issues that you were specifically dealing with?
Yeah, so I had asthma. I was born with asthma, and kids generally shake it, but I never did. And just the normal stuff, the stuff that's normal.
Well, what do you mean by normal though? See, that's the thing.
Yeah,
we go, all right, just the normal stuff. I was tired all the time. I had trouble, sleeping well. I was tired at work. What's the normal stuff?
So the normal, so the normal stuff for me was taking my preventative every day. So my preventative every day, so my Seretide, my Ventolin, more regularly. So every time before exercise, every time I was sick, and just.
So specifically for you, the thing that you were on lots of different medication for asthma, just to prevent it.
Just to prevent it daily.
So you were doing all of the things medically that you were supposed to do in order to avoid asthma attacks. Were the asthma attacks particularly troublesome for you? Were you prone to serious attacks?
No.
Okay.
So asthma attacks weren't. I'd never had a serious asthma attack.
Right.
I couldn't breathe well though, and my asthma was getting worse the older I got, which was interesting. So I would be waking up in the middle of the night not being able to breathe, or waking up in the morning not being able to breathe properly. So I never had an attack. I wouldn't call it an attack,
right.
But for me, I definitely needed the medication at the time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's really not a nice feeling not being able to breathe. That also led me to getting bronchitis once a year, acute bronchitis, and it was getting worse.
This time of year, winter time or whatever would happen? Yep.
Every winter time, yep. So I'd need antibiotics every time. It wouldn't just be like a chesty cough that would go away. So I'd need antibiotics every time.
Right.
I'd get colds maybe 3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I thought I had a lot of energy. So I had energy in the morning, I had energy at night. Don't talk to me between 2 and 5. I don't want to know about it.
Interesting. So let's put that in perspective, I guess, for those listening in and you don't know where Anna is. What age were you then?
27.
Okay, so you're 27 and, don't talk to me between 2 and 5 because I've got no energy, which is that adrenal burnout time. It's that often people who are always on the go and don't have enough nutrition in their system can run at a puff between 2 and 5. I was experiencing the same things when I was in my 20s as well, until I understood what nutrition really does to help. So, all right, so asthma, taking medication every day, bronchitis once a year, needing antibiotics all the time for that, and also low energy at different times. Is there anything else?
Well, not
because I know you were healthy, except for all of these issues, and this is the common thing. Whether you're 20, 60, or whatever, we often say, "Well, I'm perfectly healthy. There's nothing wrong with me, but I do have this niggle, this niggle, this niggle," and we think it's perfectly normal. Apart from asthma, you probably thought all the other things were perfectly normal, even though you were trying to avoid certain chemicals like BPA and all of that. So.
Little things that I thought were just normal that I just, just accept in everyday life.
Yep.
So one of the things that was a surprise to me was that I had dry lips. Mm-hmm. They used to peel all the time. I'd need lip balm 12 to 15 times a day. And I did that for years. So I did that from 13 right up till I was 27, and I just thought that was normal. I'm like, my lips are dry. I have to have lip balm with me 24/7.
Right.
So that was normal. Like it was habitual. So you lived with it. It didn't affect me doing anything I needed to do in life. Yep. So, yeah. So
you did just those little things that you put up with. Anyone here got some little things that you put up with in the past? Just you didn't think they were health issues, but you put up with them. And you don't think that, you just think my lips are dry until something happens.
Yeah.
So when you first were introduced to what we do in the Savvy team, was there any of the information that was shared with you that was new or interesting for you when you first heard it?
Yeah, so for me, the nutritional side of things was new.
Okay, so you'd started to learn about the chemical issue by the sounds of it, by avoiding plastics and plasticizers, BPA phthalates, but the nutrition was new to you.
I got everything I needed from food. I ate healthy.
Oh, you were one of those.
I was one of those. I exercised regularly.
Yep.
So to me, I didn't really understand the importance and how that can really change your life.
So what happened?
So
tell us what happened.
Well, I got introduced with the Savvy team through Gwen Irons, which was fantastic. So just in general networking, actually.
So you met her at a networking event, and she just happened to share with you what we do.
Well, she actually contracted me out for a job. I was a professional photographer.
Yep. So
she contracted me out for a job, and I had to use all of her products. So I went, okay. So happy to oblige and keep my client happy. And so I started asking questions, and Gwen shared with me a lot of information of what we teach here in the Savvy team, and it clicked for me. It sounded logical, sounded right, and I said, I'd really be interested in, and it sounded like she knew what she was talking about, which is fantastic. And she gave me her experience, which was her health issues and her reasons for going into, becoming involved in the Savvy team and getting involved with her own health and taking responsibility for it and what she's found. And I wanted to know more. So I just said, would you mind sharing a little bit more with me? And I'd be interested in getting educated. But I was never really interested in doing a degree in health or medicine or anything like that. I just wanted to know. So tell me what I need to do. I'm happy to do it, provided it works.
For personal interest, and you were open enough, though, to learn. And even though you had this belief, I guess, as far as or I get everything I need from a diet, you were willing to learn. So what did you do? What were some of the things that made a difference for you?
So first thing was I just changed everything I used. So if I was already doing it.
Bathroom wise, so you detoxified your home.
So detoxified and with asthma, there are so many triggers. Yeah. And you don't actually, for me, I could never pinpoint it.
Right.
So
it was easier just to clean out everything, get rid of all potential triggers. Yeah. And, when we look at the info from the World Health Organization report on all of the health issues that can be caused by ingredients, and asthma is one of the things in the list. So you cleaned out all that, changed brands.
Change brands. Yep. So anything that I used, everyday stuff.
Got rid of the chemicals.
So got rid of the chemicals, yep. Got rid of the chemicals and started on some basic nutrition.
And you were already using things that you thought were safe.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you try when, always going to the shops, doing
label reading.
Yeah. And I had no idea. I thought, that sounds good. It looks
because, you can read the label because, after all, you're a toxicologist and you understand the chemical interactions in all the bottles, don't you?
I had no idea.
No. You just got to trust the marketing.
Environmentally friendly. I thought that must be good. Yep. I didn't have any other... information or knowledge to go on.
So basic nutrition, you said. So things like the mineral supplement, antioxidants,
multivitamin. Yep. And an endurance, Chinese herbal.
So you did the Chinese herbal with the cordyceps mushrooms and the reishi mushroom, and was an energy booster. Was that the thing that helped with the asthma, or was there something specific?
Yeah, that was absolutely
so that helped,
along with an immune booster.
All right. So you took the immune boosting herbs as well.
Yeah.
And so those 5 products, and plus the bathroom changeover, what happened?
Yeah, bathroom, kitchen, personal care.
All right,
I gave it. So asthma, I've had it my whole life. So you get into a bit of a fear mentality of I've tried it all. I don't really understand.
I'll do this. It's a good idea, but it's not going to make a difference.
I'll do that. I'll do this.
Yeah.
And I'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yep.
So you were testing it all out.
I was testing it all out because you can't fake not being able to breathe. You can't fake going for a run and not being able to get air into your lungs. Yep. So, and it took me 6 months to completely get off all my asthma medication. Which was
naturally. So were you actually like on a goal to get rid of the asthma medication, or did it just start happening that you didn't need the preventative, you didn't need all that? How did you work with that? Because a lot of people have the question, well, what do I do with my doctor? Do I specifically tell the doctor that, hey, I'm going to stop taking this stuff? Or it sounds like you started to get results and you just stopped needing the medication.
That's correct. Okay. That's exactly, that's correct. Obviously, the less steroids and whatnot you're on, the better. And I never like to be on unnecessary medication. I never have. And going to the doctors, I saw that my asthma was progressively getting worse with your lung tests and your breathing tests. So, so I thought, I'm going to give this a go. So I gave it a go, and to build up my own confidence, I didn't change what I was doing medication-wise for a little while, sort of for about 3 months, but I'd stay on the nutrition consistently.
Right.
And then, I'd take my medication maybe in the morning, but not at night.
Yep.
And then it was every second day. And it was, I'm just going to go sort of 3 days. And, it was really interesting. So, after 6 months not needing anything. And then I thought, don't know if I'll be game enough to exercise yet. Okay. So I gave a little while to exercise, and I went on a bike ride and I went for a run. I thought, this is great. And there was no side effect. There was no asthma.
So 6 months to no asthma from having it all your life and being on all the medication.
27 and a half years, yep.
And how long has it been now that you've been free of any asthma symptoms?
About 2.5 years.
So 2.5 years.
Consistently.
Again, consistently, never needed anything else. So give her a round of applause for that. You had a few other superficial things that when you got rid of the chemicals and just used some of the basic personal care products that we recommend. What were some of the things else that happened? You mentioned your dry lips.
Dry lips, Yep. So dry lips. So also getting back to the asthma just quickly, finances. I was paying $30 for one puffer. I was stoked. So it was good. But dry lips, lip balm. I changed my lip balm, and I tried, and I thought I was
tried everything.
The best lip balm, the most popular out there, the one that's the best.
Yep.
And it felt good, and it felt luscious. Didn't do a thing for my lips in terms of, healing them.
Yep.
What I found interesting was jumping onto our lip balm.
Yep.
My lips actually went through a healing transition.
All right, so started peeling. Is that what you mean?
Started peeling. So even though they were dry, they were healing, they were like detoxifying.
Yeah, and you kept with it? And
I kept with it because I called Gwen. I said, is this meant to be happening? And she said, yeah, and found out found out the process. I got a bit more educated into how things work and what the process is and how it's meant to happen. It took 2 weeks. And now I only put stuff on my lips just to feel like I've got stuff. I put balm on my lips to feel like I've got things on my lips. I don't need it. And, going from, because I remember it was one of the first things when Gwen introduced me that I said, I can't live without my lip balm. What have you got? How often do you use yours? And she's like, once every 2 weeks. I don't know, whenever I feel like it.
Well, there you go.
So that astounded me.
From peeling lips and not being able to breathe to luscious lips and free and easy breathing.
Yeah.
So look.
And energy. I don't get my 2 to 5.
You don't get the 2 to 5 blues.
I don't.
All right. Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Anna, for sharing some insider sort of aspects of your story. And so let everyone give her a round of applause.